Hello, welcome to this video about Venus and the Moon in Taurus. What is it all about? This is a series of videos about the Moon signs and the Venus signs, and it is in order to understand it a bit better what does it mean when you've got your Venus or your Moon in Taurus, and what does it mean when you live together with someone with a Moon in Taurus and a Venus in Taurus, so to understand them a bit better. That's the intention. Now, what's the difference between the Moon and Venus? It's very simple, but there's a huge difference. Venus is about the things that we love, about what we are going to do when we have a Venus in Taurus, what we're going to do to attract other people, and how other people will be attracted by us. But it's also about what we like and what we need to feel valued, and how what is important for us. And what we like about it could be anything, furniture, a landscape, what kind of colors we like, and so on. The Moon sign is all about our emotions and how we react upon things, how we react upon situations, how we deal when we have difficulties, how we deal with our emotions when we're happy, when we're unhappy, and so on. So first of all, let's start with Venus in Taurus. Wonderful, it's in its own sign, and it's very different. There's another sign like Libra. Venus is also in its own sign in Libra, but it's so different. I have a mom who's got Venus in Taurus, and I had a dad who had Venus in Libra. It's totally different. Venus in Taurus is much more sensual. It's much more about, it's a nerd sign, Taurus. It's much more about feeling and about sensing, using all the senses. And it's very much, and that they have in common, Libra and Taurus, it's very much about beauty. It's very important in their lives, whether they're a man or a woman. They kind of need beauty in their lives. They really do. And I'm often asked, if I have a Venus in Libra or in Taurus, am I more beautiful or not? Well, I think beauty is something very subjective, but there is something like universal beauty. Like everybody thinks they're beautiful or not. Like if we say Grace Kelly, I don't think a lot of people will think that she's not beautiful. So that is about, when you've got Venus and Taurus, you have this ability to, that's why they are very artistic too. In some kind of way, it can be music, it can be clothing, it can be anything. But they have this sense of what beauty is all about. They have this sense of the symmetry and so on. And also when you've got women, especially when you've got women who's got Venus in Taurus bang on the midheaven, like my mom has, she's got Venus in Taurus on the midheaven. The other people, because it's on the midheaven, see her as a very beautiful woman and very graceful and very, very charming. Very Venus in Taurus like. Taurus is about this very stable not synchronicity, but it's very, how do you call that? The symmetry, because in our face we all have got things that are not symmetrical. And when we do have symmetry in a body and, like the shape of a bottle of Coca-Cola, it was made on the body of, or it was copied by looking at the body of a woman who is like this, and the sizes have to be equal on the waist and on the breast. So that's a Venus woman in Taurus. Mostly they will have beautiful shapes. I say mostly because we also have to look at the aspects of Venus, of course. So, and always mind the aspects. You can have a Venus in Taurus conjuncting Pluto, for instance. That will make it totally different. That will make Venus a bit darker than it is in Taurus. But so Venus needs very much the, how would I say, beauty in their lives. and they need in their love life, and they are attracted to people who are stable. They have that in them too. They are quite stable. They are quite, I would say, rather slow when a relationship starts. They have the patience, and it will go very nice and easily. It's not like in a, Venus and Aries in a hurry. I must have that lady, or I must have that man. No, it's very easygoing, and it's very generous, and it's very balanced. It's very much in balance. It's very comfortable, and they love very much the simple things in life. And of course, there is a very interesting side of that of enjoying things. They can enjoy just a nice cup of coffee. They can really enjoy that, or a beautiful bunch of flowers. They will love that. They will see the beauty in it. That's why I stay emphasizing that the need for beauty in their lives. They like all the physical things too, the massage and the sensuality when it comes to touching each other is very, very important for someone with a Venus in Taurus. So when you're living together, when you yourself have planets like, what would I say, like in Gemini or in Aries, or you're quite detached. And then there's this Venus in Taurus who wants to touch you. They feel loved and they want to touch their loved ones. And can be challenging when you're not having any affinity with that. And you can feel, oh, this is enough cuddling for today. So it's all about how you perceive it. They're very patient and, as I said, they're very simple, natural people. Natural men, natural women. They like movies, they like, they are the ones who really like a glass of wine and, the romance of a good meal and a glass of wine, and looking into their loved ones and touching them and so on. You have the imagination yourself. So it's all very much about their affections that are quite steady. Once they love someone, they love someone. It's a fixed sign, so it's very steady, it's very loyal. Now let's see if you have your moon in Taurus. What is that all about? Well, people who've got moon in Taurus, there has to happen a lot to get them out of the balance. These are the people who are very stable when it comes to their emotions, who are very fixed when it comes to their emotions. So when there is a crisis going on, there are the rocks, they really are very calm. They have this calmness that a lot of people are really attracted to. You can really rely on them. So once they are committed, they are really reliable. They also like, mostly, even with Venus in Taurus, also Moon in Taurus, they like traditions. They like the family. They like the traditional, how would I say, they will, in a relationship, they won't rather have the relationship, like living apart together. No, they will mostly they want to get married, they want to have children, they want the traditional way of living. They are very stable and very strong when it comes to their emotions, but they're very rooted people. They like the good things in life, so to feel emotionally nurtured, they like the good things in life. They like the good meals. They like, look at the Belgium has its, if you look at in a chart of the country I live in, the Belgian people, when you look in a chart of a country, the moon represents the people, and the moon in Belgium is in Taurus, and these are mostly stable people, and who are very bourgondic. They like good foods and fine drinks, and that's very important for them. So is it with people who've got a moon in Taurus. They can have a strong will, and they have a strong needs and strong will. They're very stubborn. It can be a bit of a challenge when you're living together with someone with a moon in Taurus. You know, they go for it and they have a very strong will, and it's not always easy to get along with that. But you know, so they're not that open-minded. And when it comes to the moon, it's also, of course, the way we think, because the mind is involved when it comes to the moon. And when they have habits, moon in Taurus, because it's a fixed sign, can have these habits, you know, these really very fixed habits. So if there is something going on, like they're in the middle of a renovation or something, it gets them out of balance. That is something that gets them out of balance, because they have their routines. They can be even just a tiny little bit autistic, because everything has its place and everything has to be as it is. They don't like changes, and that's the difficulty of a moon in Taurus, or even a Venus in Taurus. They don't like to change. They rather stick to the routine than they change it. So when they're in a relationship that is bad, they're going to do anything to try to make it work, because they are so fixed and patient, also patient. So they have slow reactions upon things. It's not like moon and Aries; they react instantly, but they're very calm, and they're very, they're very focused and loyal to the people that they love. So when you are with someone who's got a moon in Taurus or a Venus in Taurus, they are very stable people, very loyal and very stable and very lovely and very kind people. When you have your moon in Taurus as a woman, that is also how you are going to react on your children. So you probably be a very stable mom, a mom who's got all the patience of the world, who will listen to their children when they're, telling lots of stories and you're already very tired, but you will have the patience, you will have the calmness, you will have the you will be a stable factor in that child's life, no matter what happens. They always come to you for advice. The moon is exalted in Taurus. It's a very nice position of the moon, and for children, it's very much. You're gonna, of course, I hope everybody loves their children, but it's a very loving position to have when you are a mom. You will enjoy really to nurture your child, to give it everything that it needs, and also on a very material level. That's also something that is quite significant for people who've got Moon and Venus in Taurus. The material things are quite important, and of course there are Taurians around there that are not so attached to things, but that's why they like the traditions. They like to have these material, like a good house, a good car. They are quite grounded, and they're very much into planet Earth, and they're very rooted. So that's it for Venus and the Moon in Taurus. Enjoy your Venus and Moon in Taurus when you've got it. Enjoy it when you are living together with people like that. And show me some comments, or give me some comments how you experience it. And wish you all the best. Bye bye.